Put it up toward me first. So what I'm demonstrating here, radio silence please. What I'm demonstrating here is how to put the hardware on the back of your memory box so that you can hang it on the wall. This is one of the criteria of the assignment, that the memory box finished hangs on the wall, and that's where you'll take your final photo for your final submission. So some people want a portrait composition, depending on the objects. Others might want a landscape composition, depending on the objects. I'm going to demonstrate with the landscape. What you're looking for is the rule of thirds. You'll want your the eyelets for the picture frame wire to be a third from the top. So it's really easy to tell thirds, right? Sometimes you can just use your fingers as a caliper, but you just make sure that that's a third of the way down from the top. It helps to make a little pilot hole. You can use an awl or a nail. Make sure it's all the way out to the edge so that you've got you're drilling in, you're screwing into wood. These eyelets come in different sizes. This is an itty bitty size. You'll probably have one that's bigger. I'm going to use this nail as a kind of pry tool. The pilot hole is just to help you get it started. Once you get it started, if it's really in, you can get so far, and then you need to have something that can help you have some leverage. And you don't want to allow it to bend. And you want to get it down as far as you can because you want it to be streamlined in the back. And you'll know you're done when it's parallel with the side of the box. Here. Go! That's the trouble with these little guys. Easy to lose. Okay, here we go. Need to get it started. Once you get it started, find something to, if you don't have a nail, you can use the end of a brush or an awl, which is actually the tool designed for this. Okay. Next, you're going to go to the hardware store and find a kit in the, let's see, it's usually in the, there's a section of the hardware store just for picture frames, right? Go to the section of the store that's devoted just to picture frames and get a little picture frame kit. It should have these eyelets, it should have braided wire. So if you look at this wire closely, you can see it's multiple filaments. That's going to be really important because that's the kind of wire that will grip. So what I want to do is put it in both sides first. And it has, of course, you'll get more than you need in the kit. That's normal. Okay, so I want equal distance. In other words, I want the leftover length to be the same on both sides. And the advantage of multi-filament wire, I don't need it quite that long. The advantage of a multi-filament wire is when you wrap it on itself, it has enough, I don't know what I want to say, bite. It has enough bite that it holds. Monofilament wire, if you do this, it might come unraveled because there's not enough friction. Okay, so once I've done one side, once I've joined one side, I'm going to pull that tight. for the next side. You want this to be tight. Otherwise, what you don't want is for us to see the wire extending above the top when you're taking your final photograph. That's an extraneous, unwanted detail. So by pulling this tight, you eliminate that, or you mitigate that possibility. And it doesn't need to be this long. Cut that down. Okay. So this is a very important detail that needs to be taken care of, and it's better to do it sooner than later, because you may start building on here with stuff that's going to make having it face down harder to do. So as soon as you watch this video, go to the hardware store and get if you don't already have this apparatus, get the hardware store, hanging it on the wall.